Why United Kingdom economy falls down. The United Kingdom's economy has experienced a decline due to a combination of factors, including both long-term structural challenges and short-term economic shocks. Below are key reasons that have contributed to the economic difficulties in recent years. 1. Brexit and its aftermath. Economic uncertainty. The UK's decision to leave the European Union, Brexit, in 2016 created significant uncertainty regarding trade relationships, access to the EU single market, and future economic policies. This has led to reduced investment and disruptions in trade. Trade barriers. Post-Brexit, the UK faces new customs checks, regulations, and tariffs when trading with EU countries, which have led to supply chain disruptions and increased costs for businesses. Labour shortages. Restrictions on free movement after Brexit have resulted in labour shortages in sectors like healthcare, agriculture, and hospitality, where many workers were previously from the EU. 2. Global economic factors. COVID-19 pandemic. The global health crisis caused by COVID-19 had a devastating impact on economies worldwide, including the UK. Lockdowns, social distancing measures, and reduced demand for many goods and services caused severe contraction in GDP. Inflation and energy crisis. The war in Ukraine and global supply chain disruptions led to soaring energy prices. The UK, being highly dependent on energy imports, saw a rise in living costs and inflation, which squeezed household budgets and increased the cost of doing business. Global inflation, inflationary pressures, partly due to the recovery from the pandemic and supply chain issues, have been felt globally. In the UK, rising costs of raw materials, goods, and wages have compounded domestic financial strain. 3. Government fiscal policies. High government debt. The UK government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic involved substantial fiscal measures such as job support schemes, but these increased the national debt. The government now faces the challenge of balancing recovery with managing debt. Austerity measures. In response to rising debt, there have been calls for austerity or public spending cuts. These policies can slow down economic recovery by reducing public sector investment and social support. 4. Labour market challenges. Skills gap. The UK faces challenges with a mismatch between the skills available in the labour market and the needs of employers. This skills gap, combined with changes in immigration patterns post-Brexit, has made it harder for businesses to find qualified workers. Low productivity growth. The UK's productivity growth has been relatively stagnant compared to other advanced economies. This can limit the country's ability to grow economically in the long term. 5. Interest rates and inflation. The Bank of England has raised interest rates in response to high inflation, making borrowing more expensive. This has slowed down consumer spending and investment, leading to a dampening effect on economic activity. Higher interest rates also increase the cost of mortgages, affecting the housing market and household finances. 6. Regional economic imbalances. The UK has significant regional economic disparities, with London and the southeast outperforming other areas. These imbalances can create uneven growth, leading to economic challenges for poorer regions and contributing to social inequality. 7. Global shocks and supply chain issues. The UK economy has been hit by global disruptions, including the semiconductor shortage, which impacted manufacturing, and supply chain blockages, which affected the availability of goods. The COVID-19 pandemic also caused delays and disruptions in global trade and production, which reverberated in the UK economy. In summary, the UK's economic struggles are the result of a mix of internal policy challenges, Brexit, fiscal decisions, productivity issues, and external factors, global inflation, energy crises, COVID-19. These factors are interconnected, and while the economy has started recovering in some areas, the road ahead remains complex and uncertain. The UK economy can be boosted through a variety of strategies, both short-term and long-term. Here are some key ways the UK economy can be strengthened. 1. Government stimulus and investment. Public spending. The government can increase its expenditure in infrastructure projects like roads, public transport, and energy, which would create jobs and stimulate growth. Tax cuts. Cutting taxes for individuals and businesses can boost consumer spending and investment by increasing disposable income. Subsidies and incentives. Providing subsidies or incentives for certain industries, such as green energy or technology, can create new sectors of growth. 2. Monetary policy adjustments. Interest rate cuts. The Bank of England can reduce interest rates to make borrowing cheaper. Lower interest rates encourage businesses to invest and consumers to spend, stimulating economic growth. Quantitative easing, QE. The central bank can also inject money into the economy by buying government bonds, which increases the money supply and lowers long-term interest rates, encouraging spending. 3. Trade and investment. Free trade agreements, FTAs, post-Brexit. Securing free trade agreements with other countries or regions, like the US, EU, or Commonwealth nations, can open new markets for UK businesses and boost exports. Foreign investment. Attracting foreign direct investment, FDI, by offering incentives or improving the business environment can help stimulate economic activity. 4. Innovation and technology. R&D investment. Encouraging businesses to invest in research and development, R&D, leads to innovation, which can drive new industries, productivity improvements, and exports. Digital economy. The UK can boost its tech and digital economy, expanding sectors such as AI, fintech, and e-commerce, which are growing fast. 5. Improved education and workforce skills. Education and training. Investing in education and vocational training improves the skill levels of the workforce, leading to higher productivity and innovation. A skilled workforce can help attract investment and reduce unemployment. Apprenticeships. Expanding apprenticeships, particularly in sectors that need skilled labor, will help connect young people with the job market and meet business demands. 6. Support for small and medium enterprises, SMEs. Access to capital. Providing SMEs with better access to finance, grants, and loans can help them grow, create jobs, and contribute to economic expansion. Reducing red tape. Simplifying business regulations and tax policies can reduce costs for entrepreneurs and encourage business formation. 7. Green economy and sustainability. Green energy. Investing in renewable energy and sustainable practices could not only reduce the UK's carbon footprint but also create new jobs and industries. The UK has committed to net zero emissions by 2050, and transitioning to a green economy can lead to long-term growth. Circular economy. Encouraging recycling, waste reduction, and sustainable manufacturing practices can also contribute to a more sustainable and robust economy. 8. Addressing regional inequality. Investment in deprived areas, focusing on economic development in economically lagging regions, e.g., Northern England, Wales, and rural areas, can help balance the national economy and improve national productivity. Decentralization. Encouraging businesses to set up in regions outside of London and the southeast can spread economic activity and create more balanced growth across the country. 9. Social and housing reforms. Affordable housing. Building affordable housing would not only create construction jobs but also improve living standards and stimulate local economies. Social welfare. Strengthening the social safety net, such as increasing unemployment benefits during recessions or crises, ensures that people continue to spend and contribute to the economy. 10. Brexit strategy. Navigating post-Brexit changes. Ensuring smooth trade and supply chain management post-Brexit while reducing trade barriers with non-EU countries can help increase UK exports. Regulation flexibility. Post-Brexit, the UK has more autonomy to regulate industries, which can be used to foster a more business-friendly environment. By implementing a combination of these policies, the UK could stimulate economic growth, create jobs, and ensure a more sustainable and competitive economy in the long term.